Hello, gamers. Hello, noobs. Welcome to a very special game. For this one, I am with a man who's constantly diamond in the era of golden players. Insanely good assassin. Very persuasive and logical player. He's so good, he got drafted round 2. Consistent with solving. Unseen as Merlin. Let's welcome Hakha.
Thanks for having me.
Hi man, it's so good having you here.
Yeah, thanks for having like it's very nice introduction. Though actually recently my assassinations weren't the best, but I take it.
Hey, wait a sec. I just wanted to say it happens to everyone, and something that doesn't happen to everyone just happened. What is this?
Yeah, this is crazy. To be
And
honest,
what
r-
is this?
Ratters always off ups and
Y-
then Pingo off ups.
yeah, like this is a recurring theme with Tom. He always overproves things that would give him empty hammer.
Yeah. So you can kinda expect, and if it suits you, you can off up. I was thinking if there was like good opportunity to off up like this. But Bingo claims misclick, so maybe it was really misclick.
And since this is a special game, I kinda buy that he misclicked. Like, I just cannot imagine him lying about misclicking. Or maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. But like, even if he misclick, he still can be spy, so.
Fair point. But funnily enough, if he's off-apping, then people will think that he wants to give Tom Hammer, because maybe there are two spies. That could be something that people might think, but then M1 fails.
Yes.
So that's not the case. And I've never seen neither Ave nor Enoki failing M1.
Right. I was also like surprised that these two. Like, I would imagine if on M1 failed, at least Ratters or Pingo would be on it, or Arm.
Yeah, even Maxi. I've seen
Or
Maxi when he
Maxi,
was
yeah.
drunk. He would fail.
Yeah, if you told me which are the players and that M1 failed, this would be the least likely M1.
Exactly. Everyone else, we would expect them to maybe fail. And and also everyone, I would like you all to realize that this game we have Ratters who looks like a rat and he has this rat theme going for him. Maxi, Bear, Pingu, Penguin, and Inoki, Monkey. So we have pretty much the whole zoo in here.
Yeah, and the Hunter to hunt the
And the
zoo.
hunter to hunt them all. He already hunted a monkey.
Yes.
So let's see what's going on. Hmm. Was there any chat after M1 failed that I perhaps missed? Also, 1.1 is gonna be confirmed, or maybe not. Well, right now I'm thinking about 2.4, because this is the only pick that removes Maxi.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, wow.
What is going on?
To be honest, this is kind of interesting pick because you can imagine that Alva doesn't like Moxie and doesn't like Enoki, so this can be like two spies to us.
Wait, this is just crazy because he's picking to fail them one on a special game, and it's blue. I don't. I think it's just clean.
I personally like float a lot of M2s in this situation, so it, I can imagine it could be also float, but it can be very well clean
I would
because
prefer this to be a float, to be honest. That would make this game insane. So the 3.1, well, this is a failed M1 game, so we can't really just pick any M3 and then expect to do Dennis.
by the way, the Ava had funny chat that he asked Pingu if he misclicked on mission 2, as if Pingu was on the mission.
Ah, Pingu, did you misclick on mission 2?
This is why they think of a spy.
Oh.
I think it kinda outs that Ava and Pingu aren't both spies.
And we have crit. This is awesome. What if it's square? Because this is the only possible thing I can see with Cleanum 2.
Right, but like Ava saying Pingu did you misclick on mission 2, it would be a weird thing to do as spy who sees that Pingu isn't on the mission. Unless I guess like he could still
I,
miss this, but
I feel like Ape's team is left hand side and Maxi.
but but Ave especially removed Maxi, right? To
Oh,
pick
that's a
Pingu.
very good point. Yeah. What's going on? So it would seem like it's Pingu. Chances of square. Well, someone has rest Anoki after M2.5. Well, Anoki's rest. This is what Pingu said. And Pingu's pick approving. Tom also rest Anoki. I think we can safely assume that Anoki's rest.
Yeah.
So Ave is indeed claiming left hand side and Maxi, but then, like you correctly identified, 2.4 is in play. Well, I'll say that much. If Ave is res, then things are looking very, very grim for team number 2.
Yeah.
Armin E move. So Tom is thinking about anti-Maxi Ave or square. I wonder what about Arm this game, because he didn't say much. But he's shading Tom. He said, Tom, so you follow my chat, but you don't add me on M3. With a dot at the end even. Oh, or it's a comma. Range.
I feel like the games with M1 fails are usually the ones which like either res find the clean and there are a lot of there are a lot of Merlins or there's like obvious Merlin or spies lose. I mean this is like almost true for every game, but like I feel like this will be one of these games where Merlin will just dead or it's a spy win
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
Yeah, I can see that being the case, since, like you said, I agree that it's either everyone's Merlin or there's one Merlin where we lost. That's how it usually looks like. And here, well, Ave isn't really saying much.
Yeah, I think Ivy's the spy. Like no one likes him.
Hmm.
Maybe he's Merlin and person
Oh
more.
dear. I think if you would be Merlin here, then not going crazy or just not getting very, very angry would require a lot from you. I would be furious if I would be Merlin in this situation, one.
Well, I wouldn't be furious, but I would just out that I'm Merlin and say, this is clean, do whatever you want with this. Hope
Hmm.
that spies just agree and go with it. Like it's kind of, it would be obvious for spies that he's Merlin and can they just end the game.
What if
There will be
it's
a lot of
Ave to
discussion.
Armter? What if it's Ave to Armter? Could be
True.
possible assassination, chat, but yeah.
Aron can be sometimes crazy, Merlin.
Well, definitely the amount of games that he Made me think it's Conv VT. Oh dear.
Okay, so Armor Shades Maxi.
Well, so if I can read Armter even slightly, then I think that he's actually solving the game. If he's Merlin, then Enochi's a spy. Well, the problem is that even if he's VT, then he will stall, and if Enochi's a spy, I think he will find it. So to the spies, this will be very problematic. The only problem that I very often find with Armter is that if Enochi's res, because if Enochi's res, then arm stalling so long is just unmerlining him.
Yeah. Well, I guess he can still shade Maxi, right?
Well, so right now it's looking like an anti-Maxian Ave if Enochi's in play, or left hand side and Maxi if Ave is in play. But Arm is shading Maxi, so he's picking Pingu and Tom. Always? I don't know. Or maybe Tom and Pingu to have M1 open, because it would seem like Ave's team has Pingu after 2.4. And also Tom is probably res. Like, what do you think about 2.5?
I feel like it's rather less. Like, you usually don't want to pick into M1 a spy even, like, why make res conf res? Especially with like floating. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but you can do the spy, to be honest, whatever you want. Like, there is always like the double bluffs. Like, if you think spy can do something, you just do the spy and people can arrest you.
I would really like to see such mind games in this very special game of very good players. And if that would be the case, if it's like anti-Tom and Enoki, that would be just like such a perfect game from Spice. It's
And
is Ave actually hinting at that? Okay, well, both Enoch Maxi called me Raz. It's almost like someone is trying to sheep you. I kind of like how Ave is sounding right now.
well, I don't really like to think if it's res. Then the rest just lose. I don't see them winning.
That's the problem with Armtor stalling right now. I also wouldn't even start thinking that Ave is Res, but this stall invites everyone who's Res on this table to actually consider that possibility.
Yeah, maybe.
There's also the case of anti-M1, but I would never go for it.
Yeah, it isn't this.
So Arm is solving openly. This is exactly how Arm replaces Res. Exactly. Never seen him do that as a spy. Or
Yeah, he's
maybe
obviously res here.
the problem is I have a lot of trouble trying to figure out his role. The one that's sure he's trying to solve, and if he's Merlin, then he's trying to like straighten up people to guide them towards the solution by acting like he's solving.
Yes.
I don't trust Rat to pick correctly. I would like to, because there has to be a lot of chat that I'm missing. I feel like I need to read this chat.
Yeah, I'm not saying much because I'm trying to catch up the chat, and they are
Hmm.
all chatting a lot. It's really kind of hard to catch up.
Let's read some chat. So Arm was asking Maxi what was that's what you meant as shading. It does really sound like he's shading him. When I read Maxi's chat, I can actually hear his voice saying the lines. So funny.
Alright, so it looks like it's Tom versus Maxi.
Tom versus Maxi. Okay, thanks for like, giving me the information that I would probably have to read way more chat. So Pingu would be rest then.
Yeah, well, Armor rest, bingo, Maxi followed.
But it's pointless. I said what you said. And yes, if Pingu is rest and Pingu approved 4.1 and Oki approved 4.2, which is just crazy. So since it's could it be okay, right hand side and arm. And that would make some sense. Because if A fails and Thomas is co-spy, he gets empty hammer.
Yes.
Well, but this seems like such a hard game.
But to me, I feel like Maxi couldn't be spy, because I feel like at the beginning of M3, like after M3 failed, a lot of people were talking about RHS plus ARM. Like Ping was kind of talking about this and
Right
everything,
hand side and who?
and ARM.
An arm. Yeah, right hand side arm.
Yeah, and like everything was going perfectly, and then ARM stalled. So I like don't think this is just it.
Yeah, but
I
this
feel
is
like Tom has to be right.
exactly the thing with Arthur stalling. This is what you start thinking. You start thinking that there's something wrong. That's why he's stalling and solving. But that's not necessarily the case with Arthur. He can be stalling a right hand side in him and solving the game, as for example VT. This is, I guess, a downside of Arthur's playstyle. Sometimes it's very frustrating, especially if you would be Merlin on the right hand side. Okay, and we see the pick. So this pick actually still gives chances to right hand side and Pingu.
Yeah, this is a weird pick. Not what I expected.
Well, I'm just gonna up. I give you so much. So Arm is thinking. I unfortunately didn't catch up fully. There was just so much happening this crit. Oh, I can when I read Pingu lines, I also can hear his voice. This is such a funny thing.
And I feel like I really feel it's not the right hand side.
So Pingu's saying that he's Merlin on this team if it's clean, and if it's the other that he is VT. Well, I would love it if it's Pingu and Ave Hunter. Because then it would be 1.3, 1.5, 1.6 spies. Yeah. Wait a second, that would be. What if it's actually square? Pingu is off approving, knowing that Ave would be his co-spy in a very bad seat. You know, 1.3, 1.6 spy seats are very bad. And he knows that Tom is off upping.
Yeah, it's kinda true.
and then he adds himself. He gets added by Maxi. This could be the downside of this, but then 2.4 is very strange. Okay, let's just app. So ARM has decided to approve this team. Ingo said he's leaning to approve. Wallahi, no idea what that means.
Neither, no.
Well, ARM sounds very sharp here. Because Maxi really said that he likes Tom more than Pingu. And he's approving this team, knowing that Pingu is of approving. While if Tom is more resident Pingu, then he should feel very safe moving to 4.5. I think is the thing that ARM is trying to say.
Yeah.
If I would be playing this game, I would be so lost.
Yeah, I feel like we just got a RNG one team and just go for it.
I would probably pick Tom here if I would be VT.
Yeah, I feel like Tommy's worse.
I would do that exactly because Maxi said that Tom is more res than Pingu. When Maxi says Tom is more res than Pingu, I don't think Maxi and Pingu are both res without Tom. And that it seems anti-M1, right? Because if Maxi Pingu are same team with Maxi saying Tom is more res, then it's three of them and you.
Yeah, so like after M3 failed, Pinko immediately shaded Rutters, and this team of run hand side and arm was always possibility, and like it didn't never develop. Like we had to spend I don't know 10 minutes
Well,
or more.
I'll tell you that if spies are creative this game, then the game is probably with Tom Spy. Tom and Enoki would be probably the most creative spies this game. If the spies are just like whatever, then it's square. Because Pingu being a spy it would make a lot of sense. He didn't really sound that good. Uh,
Yeah,
he got added on 3.1, and then he well I think like he just didn't do that much. Well, we have 2.5, which is like was very this whole game was very surprising. All right, and we see succeed.
Queen.
Okay, we go into M5, and now the ad is between Tom and Pingu.
Yes, I feel like it's Tom.
Pingu is gonna try hard in M5 versus Tom. Okay, let's see the M5. This time I will pay a lot of attention because I am excited.
Okay, so like probably Arm isn't Merlin because of his style and his ping was kind of obvious.
Maxi is instantly approving. Loud and clear, Maxi.
If it's square, I'm really curious if Pingo intentionally off-upped or not.
I was thinking that Square makes a lot of sense with this off approve. And Tom. I mean, if Thomas is spy, he played very like I am sheeped by 2.5. I'll be honest.
Tom is like very chill this game, I have to say. I don't know. I didn't play with enough with him to know if he's usually like this. But I feel like I would expect Torres to like say more. He almost like never spied Pingu direct.
Yeah, he did seem very calm. That's a. I didn't pay attention to that. That's a very, very good note, notice from you. And Pingu does seem like he's panicking, or like just he's very agitated. Okay, let's see what they said. Max is in Maryland, unfortunately. Well, I know I'm afraid it's me, so have fun. You're gonna have to be obvious about this. I'm Percival, Thomas Assassin. Wait a sec, I'm Percival, Thomas Assassin, so you can frame me easily. And ARM approves this.
Yeah, this is like crazy.
This is insane. Okay, this is the game of all time.
But like Arm is in Maryland, and I
Yes,
wouldn't think he is Persuader.
yeah, if it's right hand side and arm, it's exactly the thing I talked so much about. Arm is stalling a lot. And that makes people think it's not the obvious team that everyone likes at the moment. But he approves this time. Yeah, with biggest rest, this is what he says. And Maxi goes, eh. Oh, hello. Wait, is Maxi Merlin or on square? Doing 3.1 because fuck it. I'm not sure. To be honest, I have no idea about the roles. I'm really lost this game.
But I feel like Maxi is pair on square. Because he's pretty certain on it.
Percival. What if he's Percival to... to who could he be Percival? Not to Tom, to Enoki only. And Ave is Assassin? Hmm. I mean, if it's right hand side and Armter, then who is Merlin? It's either Enoki and Pingu, or Pingu, and I think it's Pingu Merlin.
Yeah.
Okay, let's read some more chat from the people of team. I would prefer to, solve it myself using social reads.
Well, I guess there is a chance that Arm is Percy to Tom and Maxi. No, no.
Tom and Pingu.
No, no, no. No, that doesn't make sense.
Well, that would be awesome. Why do
No,
you
no.
think it doesn't make sense?
Never mind. Never mind. That was a bad point.
Armter to Tom and Pingu. You think that doesn't make sense?
Tom to Ping maybe. No, no, it doesn't make sense because why? Arm was trying to shade Maxi, right?
Yeah.
Then he would know
Oh,
he's
of
right.
course. Okay, it makes sense. I can kind of still see this, but just a little bit less. I've played a lot of games with Arthur. A lot of games. Being told you are not right. Check your roll again. Arm is. Holy shit, okay, and Pingu is added. It was 2. So 2.5 was a spy. Very, very good assassin play. Holy macaroni.
Okay. Okay, so like, yeah, it could be armed to Pingu and Ave.
Such a good game from Tom. Wow.
Yeah, I said it could be float.
Yeah, you said that it could be a float from Tom. Just fuck it. And I was completely sheeped. So, Pingu. Pingu. He said that he's Percival and Tom is assassin. And Tom is assassin, so that makes you think. Is it? Is he
I mean,
Percival to Armter? At Armter? Nah. I
I feel like
hope it's Armter
armed
maybe.
to armed to Pingu. I mean, it's like the obvious PRs, which they kind of said in the chat, but like it makes sense,
Arm to
right?
Pingu does make a lot of sense. And it's the case. I think it's the case. What a crazy game. So, and I also don't think that they will. Wait, and?
Yes, it is this.
Oh dear. Such a good game from the Spice, to be honest.
Man, this is so sad for Pinko. He sees that M1 and 2 hammers are clean, and he misclicks, and the game goes
Yeah.
wild.
Oh dear. Yeah, the problem with this game, I think, was armed or stalling on 4.3, when the most obvious team was liked by everyone.
Yeah, I feel like he had some problem with Maxi, or was like shipped by Tom.
Yeah, I mean, Maxi said that Tom is more res than Pingu.
Yeah.
That was very problematic. Alright, so, well, I guess this is it. And for the last thing, powiedzmy coś tutaj po polsku na zakończenie dla Ruki.
Co my możemy powiedzieć?
Nie mam pojęcia.
No, gratulacje ze zwycięstwa dla waszej drużyny.
Mamy
Jej
to!
drużyna, jej drużyna wygrała niestetyż. Szpiedy zawsze wygrywają.
Tak jest. No to kończymy.